Welcome back to this commentated roleplay, Baldur's Gate, enhanced edition using the SCS mod. So, just picking up where we left off in the previous episode. Seems as though we have been tasked obtaining this identify scroll from Tefturil within the grounds of Candlekeep. So let us see if Frederick can attain this scroll. As if the weather has taken a turn for the west.
You have but to ask.
Shooter. Now let's head down here.
Spawn a score of mortal progeny. Chaos will be sown from their passage. So saith the wise Alondo. So saith the great Alondo.
Interesting. I wonder if Frederick be engaging in conversation with these chanters. He would be interested. Let us converse with them briefly.
In the year of the turrets, a great host will come from the east like a plague of locusts. So saith the wise Alondo.
When conflict sweeps across the dales, the great lizards of the north shall descend with fire and fury. So saith the great Alondo. When conflict sweeps across the dales,
Wow.
the great lizards of the north shall descend with fire and fury.
Where is this certain Tefturil?
Greetings, young one.
Ah. Tefturil. Firebead has sent you to me, hasn't he? Very well. Return the scroll to him. Then you must hurry and speak with Gurion. He is waiting for you on the steps of the central library. I assure you, child, it is a matter of greatest urgency. Indeed, it seems as though we are to be leaving, and will keep in quite the hurry, Tefturil. Thank you for the scroll. Okay, so we are to head back to the inn now. Maybe avoiding the chanters. The impression that after some time Frederick will be getting a little bit tired of those chants. So let us explore a little bit around this area of Candlekeep and then head back to the inn.
Hiya! It's me, Imoen.
Imoen. Interesting. I'm surprised that stuffy old Gorion let you away from your studies and chores. On the contrary, I savour those studies. Not so much the chores, Imoen. That whole fiddle-faddle I snuck off too. Old Puffguts Winthrop was looking for me, and I've got all day to do his chores. You have time for a story today? Question mark. No, I can tell you don't. What have you been up to? No, it's not particularly clement weather as well. Not sure. A long story in the rain, something that Frederick would be relishing. However, a small amount of conversation. I'm afraid I cannot chit-chat today. Chat today, I should say. Little one. My foster father wishes me to prepare for a journey, but will not say to where. Sorry, child, but I am not to tell anyone what I am doing. I must go. You should not tarry about either. Winthrop will want the beds turned down after you are done in the stables. Leave me be. I have no time to waste with you today, child. I believe he would be not necessarily wishing to hurt the feelings, but being direct. Little one, I'm not much younger than you, though you sure got tall fast, relatively anyway. A journey, eh? I never get to travel. Wish I could go with you. Yep, I really wish I could. Yes, sir. Really do. All right, I get the message. I'll ask if you can go with us. There is no way you can come. Gorion would never allow it. You would only slow us down. Stay here where you are useful. Again, don't believe he would be going so far as to try to hurt the feelings of Imoen, but he would be quite terse. So I believe option 2 would be the most appropriate. Oh, I know. Old stick in the mud that he is. All worried about nothing, I'm sure. Better go now, 'cause you've got a long ways to travel. Not that I would know, especially since I didn't peek at old Mr. G's private letters. No, sir. Better go now. Bye-bye. Interesting. Seems as though the weather has cleared up at least. So, Frederick would not be rushing back to the inn. Let us continue exploring a little more. This little secluded spot. You could see Frederick studying books of magic under this very tree. It looks a nice spot. Very well. Just leave the grounds and head to the inn. Back to Firebead over on here to return the scroll.
You have but to ask.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Ah, I'm glad to see that age has not hardened your heart towards an old man such as myself. I'll take all your identify scrolls. I have a great use for those type of scrolls. Here, allow me to cast a little spell on you. It will protect you from any evil you might meet tonight. I would prefer to learn such a spell, but I suppose that will suffice. Thank you, Master Firebead, Elvin. Seems as though we have completed that quest. Small entry regarding Imoen. My old friend Imoen pestered me today. She has a strange way of showing her affection for me. Sometimes she can be quite annoying. Indeed. Still, she's a nice girl. I'm glad to know her. Indeed. This synergizes with Frederick's responses that are not attempting to hurt the feelings of Imoen, but still being direct and to an extent terse. Which way to go firstly? Let's consult our map. So, I believe we're looking for Gorion at a library of some sort. Seems like we have a few buildings that we could investigate. Priest quarters, Temple of Ogma. Interesting. Storehouse. The clinic. Bunkhouse. And barracks. That leads into Candlekeep itself. Well, perhaps what we may do is explore the area a little bit more and then circle back to Candlekeep itself. What else? Action of that plan.
It shall be as you wish.
Baldur. Interesting. So let's talk to this NPC.
Hello there.
Hey, have you seen my copy of the History of Hawthorne anywhere? Not, but it sounds most intriguing. You know how I can't stand the constant shuffling of arthritic feet up in the library. So I thought I'd get a bit of fresh air just east of here. And, oh, I hate being so absent-minded. Please, if you find it, I really do need it back. I shall keep an eye out for it, but I can't say I won't just keep it for myself. Dear absent-minded Philia has lost another of her books, The History of Hawthorne, this time. Last time she was at Candlekeep. She lost an entire 4-volume set in the hay we keep for the cows. So perhaps a clue as to where this may be. Shooter. Couple of lodding cows. Let's continue in this direction. Now, what was this building? Priest's quarters. Let's enter this building. See if there's anything of use for our trip.
Hello?
Oh dear. Shank. This does not look good. I believe they are carrying some form of dagger. Let's see what Shank has to say. Oh, goody goody. I've gone and found ye first. You are the ward of Gorion, no doubt. Question mark. I am. What can I do for you? I do not recognize you. Who are you, and what are you doing here? Leave me be. I have pressing matters that I must attend to. Believe in the vein of being terse and direct, particularly to someone who may be hostile. Frederick would be using such a remark Who I am is unimportant, but who you are is very much so. I apologize for this dirty bit of business, but I must seek your death. A pity, I know, but it would seem your head is worth an exceptional amount to me. If I kill you myself, I need not share credit with anyone. So, we are about to engage in some form of combat here. Just end dialogue and pause immediately. So... Interesting. Inventory. Equip our dagger. However, we do have our spells. These spells being blindness, which temporarily blinds its target. Interesting. Reflected image, so we could attempt to confuse Shank. And we have Spook. Could be an interesting selection. Let us consider a moment.
You have but to ask.
Very good. Looks like Frederick got out of that bind. Let's get a little bit of distance.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
So... still leaves us with reflected image. I believe we use the spell of Spook there, which seemed to be reasonably effective. However, we did take a little bit of damage. We do have a potion of healing. Perhaps it may be a good time to consume this, but then again, we may need it at another time. Restores 9 hit points. We have 2 of 4 remaining. I think perhaps maybe at this particular point we will try to save this. Hopefully the wounds are only minor and Frederick may be able to heal via sleeping. Let us now put away our dagger. And speak to this Dreppen.
What do you need?
Hildia left one of her books in here again. It's in the hay. There, beside the cow. If you could run it over to her, and then come back. I've got some plans for you. Very well. How to locate exactly where this book is? I believe the cow can aid us. Is there some way to drive off the cow? Question mark. Hidden away. Here we are, the history of Harua. Interesting. Harua was settled centuries ago by wizards fleeing the Fyrim, what was to become the Anurok Desert. The first wizards came in unique flying ships, invented by the Neferese. Found a beautiful and rich country, settled only by shepherds, large herds of aurochs and wild wolf. It was here that the wizards decided to make a stand, should the Fyrim follow. The Fyrim never did, but Harua has had to defend itself from attacks by all of its neighbours since then. Over the centuries, Dambrath has attacked and raided Harua's ports and borders multiple times. Once, led by a magic-resistant barbarian, the Dambraei occupied all of the country south of Lake Harua. They were defeated in battle by the great archmage Mycondil, who slew their barbarian leader. "40,000 Dambraei attacked and were stopped by 500 Haruans. More than 200 Haruan wizards, including Mycondil, died in the battle. The last attack upon Harua was less than 100 years ago, through the Talath Pass, by the power-hungry king of Lap Elia. That running cow is rather annoying. Let's just relocate before we finish. I'm sure Frederick would like some peace of mind whilst reading this book. Frederick breathes a sigh of relief. At least he can now get some peace as doing his studying. Let's continue. So, the last attack upon Harua was less than 100 years ago, through the Telef Pass by the power-hungry king of Lapalaya. He had allied with bandits from the wastes, though this time the Hauruans are able to field a larger force, including fighting men, as well as wizards in their skyships. The attackers were easily routed. Harua also suffered through a civil war about 5 centuries ago, when a number of mages advocated beginning new experiments in magic, ones which even the Neferese didn't approve of. The renegades were driven from the region, but went on to found the land of Fae, or, so it is said, in Harua. Since then, Harua has been at peace. They have had no declared wars, though it still suffers raids from Dambraei pirates, bandits of the wastes, savages from the Mea or Mehea jungles. Imagine I am butchering that pronunciation. And any other pirate, raider, or hungry wizard who thinks that magic and wealth grow on trees in Harua. This constant raiding has made the Hauruans very defensive, warlike, and traditional. People say that since wizards have left, or I should say, since wizards have always led them, wizards always will. Interesting. So, question is, would Frederick be handing back this history of Harua? Perhaps begrudgingly he would. He has had a snoop in the book, at least. It does seem to indicate from the journal that this has happened before. It seems as though Frederick has saved Fildea's books before. So we shall provide Fildea with a history of Harua.
Hello there.
My book? Oh, you remind me of Gorion when you grin like that. I assure you, it's more of a grimace having to give back such a tome. Raising you has been hard on him, I know, but he says it's a toil of love, a toil of destiny, even. You must be a very special child, indeed, to draw such praise from a man of his silent nature. Here, take this little gem of mine. Maybe Winthrop will give you a little something for it. Obliged, oh dear. Good day. It gained the Lynx Eye gem. Interesting. Lynx Eye is a specific type of a labradorite, a feldspar gemstone. Labradorite, as a class of stones, is pale to dark grey, has patches of coloured reflections. This quote-unquote flash is most commonly blue, but can be all shades. Quote-unquote green flash, labradorite, is called a lynx eye in the realms. Wonder if it has any magical value, or if it is just purely material.